David Otto is the director of the Geneva Centre for Africa Studies and Africa Security and Strategic Studies. He joins us now from Kigali. David, how concerning is this move by Sudan's top general?
I think it's very concerning, but it's not a surprise. It was very clear that the military generals did not want the old civilian transitional government. So by launching that coup, earlier on, it was something that couldn't be reversed. What essentially the military has done is the bullet has triumphed over the voices of the population. But mind you, the population is also divided because what they have done is to issue some kind of a divide and rule tactics here. They've removed the civilians from the old transitional government that did not bend to their rules, and they've appointed new ones. So it's all about power consolidation, and all the strong statements will do nothing. The gun has triumphed over the ballot.
We're seeing protests on the street in response to this move. Talk to us about how this is all being seen in Sudan, and are we likely to see more protests in the coming days ahead?
We are likely to see more protests. Again, there is expected protest on Saturday, and this is going to be a lot more impactful. But again, there will be concerns because the military is likely to deploy its forces in the streets. So we shouldn't be surprised to see more casualties. After what has already occurred before. But again, I think fundamentally the deed has been done. There's a new transitional government that has been appointed. The coup will not be reversed, and all the international condemnation is still, at one point, is going to die a natural death. But again, I think this is going to be a troubled time for Sudan. Given the division between not just the civilians with the military, but the civilians amongst themselves. Those who support the comeback of the military and those who support a democratic process.
So it sounds like these protests by the public and pressure from the international community aren't likely to make much of a difference. But where do you think this is all headed for Sudan?
Well, again, I think where this is heading is a few months ahead of chaos. Likely what we may see is, the military will consolidate, will dig deep its heels, and, perhaps it would say that, you wanted civilians, here we have them. Let us, wait for the elections, perhaps in 2023, as the military had promised. But remember, the old guard of General Burhan and, Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo, they were meant to hand over just a few months ahead. And what they've essentially done is they've renewed their mandate. Hopefully the elections will hold, but the international condemnation, that the coup should be reversed, we should forget about that. I think what needs to be done now is to see how much, the new transitional government can lead to a democratic election. But, so far the military has won.
All right, we'll leave it there for now. David Otto joining us from Kigali. David, thank you.